Hello everyone, it's me, John Lorden. Welcome to another episode of BrainScratch Searchlight. I apologize, my voice is a bit busted up today, but there's a family out there that needs your help, so we are going to press on and get this done. I also want to give a huge thank you to Miko Starshine, who helped do the research on this case for me. I really appreciate your help on that. Thank you so much. With all that being said, let's jump in and take a look at the case of Jessica Runions. Now, you'll frequently see this case mentioned alongside another name, which is Kara Kopetsky. I didn't want to combine their stories into one episode, so we're going to do two separate episodes. This week, we're going to cover Jessica. Next week, we will cover Kara, and we will talk about how they are connected kind of as we go along the way. So let's look at the important details here from Jessica's disappearance. We can see she is missing from Kansas City, Missouri since September 8th of 2016. She is 21 at the time that she went missing and still is currently 21 years old. Her eyes are green/blue, maybe considered hazel. Height and weight, 5 foot 6 inches tall, 145 pounds. Of course, there's contact information. I will have that included in the description box below. But please also note down here that there are some photos of her tattoos. Her left upper arm has a lot of ink work and it looks somewhat unique. I think this is a pretty unique pattern. And also her left shoulder, it looks like that is possibly a peacock feather on top of her left shoulder. So certainly a bit of identifiable marks on her. Her birth date is July 10th, 1995. She has strawberry blonde hair. The clothing that she was wearing when she disappeared was a blue plaid shirt, black yoga pants, and red or burgundy shoes. I've seen another description that said the bottom of the shoes might be white. On top of her tattoos, she also has a piercing in her left nostril, and both ears are also pierced. Fortunately, she does have a complete NamUs profile. It looks like they already have dental and DNA information submitted as well. I will have a link to this in the description box below so you can come and check it out. But most of the details that I'm going to cover in the news updates pretty much cover what is on this profile. Let's get started at foxnews.com. Jessica Runions, 21, of Raymore, Missouri, was last seen at a house party Thursday evening, and that would be Thursday, September 8th of 2016. The following Saturday at around 2 a.m., authorities discovered Runions' black 2012 Chevy Equinox near an overpass in South Kansas City. Search teams canvassed the area near where the car was found for several hours before halting due to darkness. Now, saying they found the Chevy Equinox is a bit of an understatement. Someone had literally torched it. From what I've seen, that search that they conducted of the immediate area did not find anything. Particularly, it didn't find Jessica. And I do wonder how hot a car fire might burn. I'm not sure that that would get rid of a body completely. And from what I'm seeing, there is no assumption that she was actually in the car when it burned. I do believe that it takes a lot to get rid of bones, so I don't think that she died in that fire, thankfully. Jessica's aunt, Michelle Runions, said that the missing woman left the party with her boyfriend's childhood friend, Kyler Yust. And unfortunately, this is a bit of a bad guy. He's got a history here. Yust has been convicted of assault, theft, and animal cruelty. We're going to jump to another article to get some more details. This is from KSHB.com. Yust has a lengthy criminal record. In 2011, he pleaded guilty on abuse charges after his ex-girlfriend told police he strangled her. And it gets a bit worse than that. Apparently, she was pregnant at the time, and he would strangle her, and then as she got close to passing out, he would literally hit her to keep her awake. It apparently was extremely brutal. But on top of that, he was also convicted after stealing from a tattoo shop and for stomping and tossing a kitten into a river. I know it seems a bit cliche, but many people talk about the fact that people that become serial killers often start by harming animals. I'm not sure if that is the exact case we have going on here, but he definitely has a pattern of some very bad behavior. Now that we know a bit about Kyler Yust, let's start with the timeline that was sent to me by Miko Starshine. Friday, September 2nd, 2016, Kyler Yust was ordered to spend a weekend in confinement for an unspecified probation violation. Then we get to the Thursday, September 8th, 2016. Jessica goes to a party with her boyfriend and one of his friends at a duplex on Jackson Avenue in Grandview, Missouri. Now, I know that I've seen other news reports that say her boyfriend was there also, but I'm also seeing reports that say he wasn't actually there. So I don't know if the boyfriend she was living with at the time was actually at this party with her and Kyler. I'm kind of getting a bit of a feeling like she might have been spending time with Kyler. I don't know if she was cheating on her boyfriend. I'm not saying that, but it does seem like there was some time being spent with Kyler. They could have been developing a friendship of some kind, but something was certainly drawing the two of them together. Somewhere around 9:30 p.m., she leaves the party in her SUV with Kyler Yust. From other reports I'm seeing, the person that was hosting the party actually asked Kyler to leave because he was getting a little too loud and very, very drunk, apparently. Runion's last text to her boyfriend happens around 9:30 p.m. Her mother attempted to call her but received no answer. It was like the phone was shut off. It went directly to voicemail. Friday, September 9th, 2016, Yust's friend Jennifer said she received a text from him around 2 a.m. asking for a ride. He told her his car was getting a new transmission. He wanted to hang out. He said he was at his grandfather's house. The two texted back and forth until the next evening. That day, Jessica is also reported missing by her mother. I believe that happens somewhere between 8 and 9 p.m. Police put out a description of Jessica's missing car. And Kyler Yust's grandfather tells police that her black Chevy Equinox was parked outside his house the morning after she disappeared. He claimed that the SUV had left by 3 p.m. So, of course, this is looking extremely suspicious at this point. Kyler seemed to be staying at his grandfather's some of the time. There was also another house that he was kind of breaking into and staying there as well. Saturday, September 10th, 2016, Jessica Runion's car was found in South Kansas City, burned and abandoned near 95th Street and Blue River Road, just 5 miles away from Yust's grandfather's home. Police searched the car for evidence including DNA and weapons. A liquid sample and fire debris were seized by police. The exact type of liquid is unknown. Some people are speculating that that could be possibly the accelerant that was used to burn the car, but who knows? There's several different types of liquid that could be found out there that might tie to the investigation. Sunday, September 11th, 2016, Kyler Yust is arrested. Police took DNA samples from Yust, including swabs from his face and hands, hair samples, and his fingernails. Wednesday, September 14th, police search Yust's grandfather's home and seize a blue plaid shirt. Does that sound familiar? That, I believe, is the same description as we heard that Jessica was last seen wearing. An alcohol swab with blood on it and a Q-tip with blood on it. Thursday, September 29th, 2016, Kyler Yust is charged with knowingly burning Runion's vehicle. Jessica's father sat in the front row and had to be held back by other family members as Yust walked into the courtroom. Wednesday, October 5th, 2016, police request that anyone with trail cameras review their footage captured specifically between September 8th and 9th. They're asking them to look for a dark SUV or anything else mysterious in that footage. Thursday, October 27th, 2016, police search an abandoned golf course in Grandview, Missouri, off of I-49 and 163rd Street. Canines, the murder squad, volunteers from the Kansas City Police Department, and the Missouri Search and Rescue Division were on the scene and searched until about noon. Police say they did not get a tip about that area. It was just part of their target search area. Police would not comment on if they found anything during the search, but they did not appear to take evidence out of the search area. Crews have been conducting official searches every Thursday since her disappearance. Jumping back to KSHB and rolling back the clock a little bit, this is an article that came out about a week after she had disappeared. Officer Darren Snap said that they were getting tips that she still might be alive, but then tips also in the other direction. I heard that they had around 60 tips, I believe, at this time. I'm sure up to this point they've received many, many more, but it doesn't look like there's been a major break in this case yet. Certainly the media is extremely focused on Kyler. I think they have very good reason for that, particularly when we couple up his past, which we're going to discuss a bit more next week. And just a little more detail at kansascity.com about Jennifer, the woman that Yust was texting with around 2 a.m. the morning that Jessica went missing. Basically, she's saying that they were just friends. She considers him a very intelligent person to talk to, and she never anticipated anything like this. She also says it wasn't until a day or two later that she learned about Jessica missing. Now, I know I've mentioned it many times previously on videos, talking about how families are inspirational to me once they are faced with a missing loved one. They just start doing amazing things. And in this case, that spirit of looking for the truth may have actually helped crack a different case. Jumping over to yahoo.com, here is an article: Family searching for missing woman finds body of man who disappeared months ago. Family members and volunteers were searching a Kansas City creek bed for any sign of 21-year-old Jessica Runions when they uncovered the body of a man police have since identified as Brandon Herring. Authorities are investigating the death as a homicide. We have pictures of both of them right there. I believe the family has been prompted to search a bit harder because at one point the police suspended their searching. I don't know if that is still current as of today, but I have been seeing reports that the family has been going out regularly conducting these searches. Obviously, they are getting into some pretty interesting areas in terms of trying to figure out where a murderer might put someone, because not only did they find this man, literally a week later, they find another one. We're jumping over to NYPost.com for this update. People searching for a missing Missouri woman found a man's body for the second straight week. Relatives of Jessica Runions found the man's body while sifting through fields and brush along a Kansas City roadway Saturday. Police said the discovery was being investigated as a suspicious death, but no further details have been released. Police hope to identify the body soon. I just find it amazing that a family's search for their loved one is answering questions to these other cases like this. Now, there's no other details about this second body. We still don't have any identification on it yet or know about what happened in that case, but I'm sure that will be coming soon and will hopefully put another family to rest about what happened to their loved one. Outside of all this, Crime Watch Daily, which has a pretty good YouTube channel you can check out, they've been doing some segments on both Jessica and Kara's cases, and they had a real interesting moment. They went and tried to interview Kyler at his grandfather's house, and as they were walking up the doorway, they caught footage of the black Chevy Equinox in the driveway of the grandfather's house. And apparently the segments that they were shooting aired on the same day that Jessica went missing. As a matter of fact, they might have even captured a little bit of Jessica in their footage as they were talking to his grandfather. Apparently Jessica might have been in the house. So very interesting developments around this. Some people are even asking, I wonder if the Crime Watch segments happened to come on television and that upset him, and that's why, or Jessica started asking questions and that's why something happened. I don't know if we're ever going to know details like that, but I certainly hope and pray that we do get the answer to where Jessica is. And this is potentially where you can help. So if you have friends in this part of Missouri, please share this video with them. Please help them be aware of this case. Use the contact information below. Even if it's information you think might not be very important, it's worth a phone call just to put it in the right hands, and hopefully they can run with it, and it might be more important than you're aware. And in particular, there's going to be a circle of friends around Kyler. If he really is guilty of this, there's a good chance that one of those friends has a piece of information that might help police in this case. So I'm very hopeful that one of them might step forward. Now, you might be thinking after watching this episode, hey, everyone's really focused on this guy. What if it's something else completely different? What if she ran away? Or what if she was abducted by someone else in some strange way? Despite the fact that her car was left with Kyler, which I think is a pretty strong sense of that, even if you rule that out, there's a lot more reason to suspect him, which is the case of Kara Kopetsky, which we will look at next week on BrainScratch Searchlight. hopefully when my voice has recovered. And thank you so much for your patience in dealing with this today. But I felt like this case was very important and I wanted to get it out there. So thank you once again, Miko Starshine, for your hard work on this case, and thanks to all of you for being a part of this. I truly appreciate each and every one of you out there. Have a good day, and I'll see you on the next show on the Lord and Arts channel.